Aloha, and thank you for joining Wisdom Dialogues with Hope Johnson, coming to you from Fairyland on the Big Island of Hawaii. This is the fairy cabin. If this doesn't look familiar to you, it's because I got a new spot in the fairy cabin, and it's my daughter's place where she has a bunch of nail polish. Yeah, she has really fun, pretty nails. All right. So, yeah, let's talk about death. Hooray! That's been coming up lately. Yeah. Like the idea that we're vulnerable to it, as if the one who experiences death didn't choose that for themselves. Not from the level of perception, though. Not from the level of perception. Every experience is chosen by us, but from a level that is not limited by perception. So all-knowing, let's say. All-knowing. Every experience is absolutely meant for us, made by us. And it's like, what is it all for? Just to see through, just to let it be undone. You know, unless we're following the advice of the ego still, which is what led to this kind of perception in the first place, perception of a death realm. You know, if we're into following the voice of the ego still and going into it, and you know, different ways of going into it is saying, you know, I've been wronged. That's kind of like a warm-up for death. It's like an illness. It's like a mental illness. I've been wronged, or I've been wrong. Same. It's actually the same. So if we're going to project onto another, how could you do that to me? You're wrong. In that instant, it feels like a relief to project it, but it's only a small relief. It's only a small relief. It's not like it goes deep. And by projecting it, it's making more of it. Because look at what projection really is. Projection isn't like I say that you're screwed up and now it sticks to you. It doesn't do that. If I say something's wrong with you, it doesn't go to you. It totally is for me. It allows the idea of death, like death is real, to live in me. Okay, so if I take that as true, like you know, for instance, sometimes you know, I'll just be walking around and have a perception, and something will go, "What a fucking asshole." But in noticing that that's not me who says that, then it's not going to be projected anywhere. It's only just going to be healed right there. And by healed, I mean undone. It's recognized that that is not true. When it's recognized that that is not true, it's not real, that's not actually my voice. My voice never would condemn another, because my voice wouldn't condemn myself, so how could it condemn another? And what about the habit of feeling condemned? What about that? Yeah. Someone says, hey, you've wronged me. You've done this to me. What about that habit of feeling condemned? See how those two play together? They have to attract each other. They play that little pattern out. It's cute. It's really cute. One needs to project, which isn't, I don't even know if project is the word. It's project. It's like it goes like that. Like that. And one needs to feel condemned. And it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same energy. It's played in different ways. Aloha. Yay, some peeps just came. And it's kind of like killing in the mind. If you want to know what it is that causes the killing in the physical, it's that killing in the mind. So every time we take it true that a person is wrong or has done something wrong, as in personally wrong, not as in, oh, that word's misspelled or something like that, but like personally, like, why'd you do that? You shouldn't have done that. That kind of thing. That kind of energy is a pattern of information that's been taken as true a lot, and so then it seems to be real. Like someone actually did wrong you, or you actually did something to harm another person, which is impossible. And that doesn't mean that that's justification. It's not the way. It's not like, oh well, I could just do this because I'm not doing anything. It's not justification for any kind of harmful behavior, let's say, but justification for anything. But whatever seems to have been done in this moment, in this instant, letting it be okay. In this instant, whatever it is that seems to have been done, letting it be okay. Recognizing that I must be mistaken. I have to be mistaken. If I believe that this feeling that is arising in me right now is caused by something out there that appears to be out there, but is not out there. It's not out there, that's why. It's not like that. It seems like when we have a perception of another person, that other person is over there. It seems like that. But they're not over there at all. In fact, without our perceiving, they're not there like that. It's like a painting. It's like we painted it over reality. Like we painted this idea that they're out there. They're not out there. They're an exact representation of exactly what we make of this world and what we make of ourselves. See? So if it seems as if there are limitations in the world, in ourselves, that's also a feeling. It's just a feeling. It doesn't mean we adopt the belief that says, oh, there's just no limitations. I believe now I could just jump off a building and be fine. Right? There's no limitations. recognizing that the idea of limitations, it arises as a feeling, and no feeling can no feeling, especially no uncomfortable feeling can be proof of anything that's true. It can only be proof of falsehoods. It can only be proof of a lie. So when a limitation is perceived, say one is like, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. That could be a limitation. Or what if I don't have enough money later even? It's a feeling. That's a feeling. So in embracing that sensation, that's how it gets undone. It's not adopting another belief. You see the difference. You know, if you don't, let me know. If you'd like me to elaborate, you can raise your hand. There's a side panel. There's a place to raise your hand over there. You can also write me in any questions that seem to come up. Yay. So every condemnation is like confirming that death is a reality. Every condemnation. Basically, the illusion of death arises because the world is condemned in our mind. That's what judgment is. That person is wrong over there. You know, you got all these different things to project judgment onto. There's Monsanto over there. What about those guys that talk, global warming? You know, what about those guys that talk bad about global warming? They're bad, or whatever. I don't know. Every projection like that is going nowhere. It's completely meaningless. All it's doing is making more meaningless perceptions for us. More meaningless perceptions. It's asking for more of the same. Okay. When we think that the anger that we feel is because of what someone did, or some experience we had, or it was about this or that or this or that, we're totally distracting ourselves. That's a distraction. It takes the place of seeing the real root of the anger. It's never caused by something we perceive. It only seems like that. It's backwards. It's not caused by what we perceived. It was already there. It's what made the perception in the first place. Before physical form was even birthed, it was a feeling. And it's just being perpetuated. So it's like a temptation to feel angry and go, oh, it's because of that. It's because of him. Even like you're in relationship and you feel jealous. Say you're in a relationship and your partner like has sex with someone else, and you feel jealous, and you think you feel jealous because of that. No, jealousy was already there. It's what made the perception. That's it. It's what made the perception. So if jealousy is addressed, and here it is, I'll give you an example in my own experience. You know, when I was a really young girl, maybe like 19, I got married, and my husband was one of those dudes that just didn't want to be with only one woman. He would say that he did, but then he'd go around. And that feeling of jealousy, it was like, wow, that's not because of him. Like he's just him. That's his thing. That's what he likes. That's what he does. And it's like, oh, it's like things become so obvious, things become so clear. Okay, then obviously that's not my man, because that's not what I'm into. You know, it's so simple. It's like it's not like someone did something wrong. Not like anyone did anything. Not that anyone can do anything wrong, and no one can do anything right either, because no one's even capable of doing. We are awareness, and that's all. We're not these self-images. Self-images, look at what they're made of. Patterns of information. That's it. Patterns of information. How can they be wrong? I mean, every opinion that arises, every point of view, it's all a result of conditioning. It's all a result of thought patterns that were taken as truthful. And it's like when the physical is birthed, it's taking on patterns from its environment, taking on the kinds of feelings that people have. And in its innocence, it's taking them all as true. Learning about the world. That's how a child learns about the world, through vibration. If there's worry, if there's judgment, if there's self-condemnation, which is the same as condemning the world. Same as, if you're condemning Trump, let's say, or the other side, whatever that is right now. Condemning someone who seems to have opened fire on a group of people. Condemning that guy. There's all these temptations to condemn something or someone. But that someone is you always. That's what goes unrecognized. That's why it's felt in the energy field as an upset. It's like feeling upset. Okay. So I called my little brother after the shooting, because he happens to live in Las Vegas. I called my little brother afterwards, and I said, "Hey, it's good to hear your voice." And we started talking about it, and he started to express, like, what's this world coming to and stuff like that. And it's like, it's just another one of those temptations. It's all meaningless. It's all meaningless. It seems that people are dying every day all over the place, whether it's like in that fashion or whatever. It seems like people are just dying like mofos. Just dying right and left. It seems like that. But there's really no people. It's not like that. The suffering is there, and that's what that's what we can offer compassion for. And that's not in a way of doing anything. The compassion is offered for it because when we have the perception, we can sense the suffering. And it's beautiful, and that's the gift. So the suffering arises, and it's allowed to be there. It's allowed the space to be there, and it's just allowed to be okay. It's recognizing that each and every one who seemed to perish gave a gift. It's all for awareness. It's all a gift. Meeting everything with gratitude. Meeting everything and everyone with gratitude. That's what heals the perception. That's what allows a deep sense of peace and a space of peace for people to be. And it's a space of peace for yourself to be, too. See? Speaking of space, let's talk a little bit about boundaries, okay? Okay. People talk about setting boundaries, like it's important to set your boundaries and stuff like that. Well, here's the thing about boundaries. They come naturally. They come naturally. And you know, if it seems like you need to think about how you're going to set your boundaries in the future, that's okay. But it's not leading to anything that you want. Not leading to anything. It's taking on responsibility for your own life, so to speak, which is really only made of thought. It's like a future thought. You know, a boundary would arise just like in the moment. Like when, for instance, when I just started Wisdom Dialogues today, I had a friend over and he had a dog, and it was barky, barky, barky with my dog, and I just saw myself walking over there and going, hey, I need to ask you to take your dog and walk it away from here. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. See? It's just natural. It's not like something that is planned. It's just natural. And it's like if someone's asking you to do something and you really don't want to do it, you can just say no. There's no need to identify as an individual that needs to set boundaries, unless that's what's happening. If that's what's happening, cool. Just witness it. Just witness it happening. It's okay. It's delusion playing out. It's okay. If you're aware of it, then it'll just play itself out. If you are going to be committed to the belief that you need those boundaries, you need to set boundaries, or else you won't get what you want, if you're committed to that, then you're going to keep setting boundaries until you realize that it doesn't ever get you what you want. Or maybe it seems to get you what you want sometimes, but then you'll start to realize, wow, I really sold myself short, didn't I? Could have been so much more delicious. So the boundaries, it just can arise as a matter of however they do. And if you witness yourself not setting boundaries, only just notice, because that noticing is so much information. So much information. It's opening up so much information to you. You don't have to do anything with it. Because it's like it's done for you. All that's being asked, if you notice, whoa, it could have been a boundary there. You know, and you just kind of see what held you back from speaking. You know, you just start to see it. That's how the transformation takes place. That's how boundaries are just seamless. It's not like a tense thing. It's not like I need to try to get what I need. It's just like, whoa, there's a need arising in the moment, an apparent need. It's always playful because it's apparent. An apparent need arising in the moment, such as, I need those dogs to be quiet, right? Still an apparent need. It's not real. It's not for real, so it's all playful. So it's not like there's a tension about it. Oh my God, if you don't do it, what's going to happen? Like, there's not an attachment to, you know, and maybe Canoe saying, you know, no, I'm not leaving. You told me, then we'll see what happens next. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next. All I know is every instant is an instant to demonstrate that only love is real. That's all. So for instance, if there's a perception arising for me that you've done something to harm me in the moment, the only choice there is to see that as just a passing thing, not anything that's anything real. Recognize that I'm not seeing you clearly. I can't be seeing you clearly if I think that you harmed me or could harm me or are harming me right now. It's just not true that anyone can come into your perception and do something to you without your complete authority. Because they are you. You know, there truly is only one of us. But the perception says, no, there's someone there that can do something to me. I'm afraid of them. Can everyone still hear me okay with the rain? Just someone write me and let me know if you can still hear me fine with the rain, because I haven't done it with rain before. Okay, I got a yes. All right, we're going then. Yay. Oh, thank you. I'm loving it too. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, like I've shared before, it's not really a difference of, you know, anything being said, anything that anyone says, coming out of Aloha Leia, coming out of my mouth or coming out of someone else's mouth. That's what makes it all self-talk. You know, when I recognize that it's self-talk, oh, that's just self-talk. Like someone says something to me, they say, they might, I got one recently just on Facebook. Someone said that whatever I said was insensitive, you know. So it's like, oh, it seems like that's about me in the instant. It seems the feeling comes and it seems like it's about me, and then noticing, oh, that's just a pattern of information. That's just a pattern of information. And then there's only gratitude for that, you know. There's only gratitude for it. There's not anything, any kind of projection, anything that needs to be taught to the person or something like that, you know. They don't need to try to fix their perception of me. Like if they see me as insincere or what was it? Insensitive. I don't know why my hair keeps coming and sticking in my face, but hope you guys don't mind. I'm playing with my hair. Ah. All right. Oh, where were we? Ah. Yeah, so none of that stuff. You're mean, you're not compassionate, you're wrong, whatever. It's going to be experienced as an energy, and let it be experienced as an energy. Not experiencing it as an energy is not a sign of enlightenment or something. You know, I've had people tell me that they believe they've reached enlightenment because they're totally numb to feeling. And, you know, like straight face. Like, I feel like I've reached enlightenment, but I'm totally numb to feeling, and now what? That's totally fun. It's like it's like that's really just a resistance put up. It's just a thought. It's a thought of enlightenment. It's just a thought of, okay, I'm enlightened now. I don't feel anything. I've kind of like numbed myself to the feeling. Look, when someone tells you you're an asshole, there's a feeling that arises. Let it be. Let it be. Let the feeling be okay. Let it be okay. That's empathy right there. Okay? Because it's like whatever they're trying to give to you, it's like they're trying to give a gift. It's like this. Okay? They're trying to give a gift from their perception. They're trying to give a gift. Okay? They want they want to love you, and they're looking for love. I've had the experience where someone was talking really mean to me, like it seemed like anyways. I knew it was myself talking mean to me, and it felt like I just walked through a wall with someone very close to me, so it was like it was like, you know, it felt really safe to do this, and it was like they were saying something that was like making this sensation, seemingly making this sensation, but really projected by the sensation, this sensation that, oh, this hurts. And it seemed like I just walked right through a wall and hugged this person. And that's what, you know, physically, physically there was an embrace. And as I was approaching her, I just, like that, and everything just melted. And that was actually the last time there was a conversation like that where we were exchanging any kind of an attack. And that was years ago. We're still very close. See? That's what's called a miracle. It's like, you know, a lot of the times we take it on like, whoa, this makes me feel so sad that you think of me like that. Because I know you're really attacking yourself. So it makes me feel so sad. That's also a lie. That's also a lie. That didn't make you feel sad. That's projected out of sadness. Okay? It can't do that. It can't make you feel sad. And you know, the ego will say, well, you know, I totally feel good in myself. I just feel sad for the other person that they feel like that about themselves. Okay, that sadness, all it is, it's arising in you. That sadness is arising in you to be met. Yay, I got some laughter in writing. Yes, it's awesome. Yes. So it's impossible to be sad for another person. It's impossible to do that. And it's impossible to make another person sad. But it is, what we do tend to teach each other is that sadness is a real thing. See? And that's how, you know, it can kind of be said that we harm each other. But there's no one to harm but ourselves, you know. You know, it's like there's a paradox there. It's like there's no way anyone is responsible for our anger. It's no way that anyone did anything to make us angry, okay? But then at the same time, you know, that anger is there for us. It's there as a gift to see through. Okay, it's ours. There would be no way to perceive someone doing that, whatever it is, if the anger wasn't there in the first place. The anger came first. First anger, then physical manifestation. First anger, then the world. See? And you know, anger always leads to death because anger can't be sustained. So if angry thoughts are believed, anger, you know, it appears to deteriorate, it makes the body appear to be deteriorating. Every time there's a, oh, yeah, that's true that they did this thing to me. You did this to me. I want you to be sorry for it. Oh my goodness, that makes me feel so sad that, you know, it's like, hey, there's a play. There's a play of energy. There it is. There's a pattern playing out. One or the other goes, holy shit, we're in a pattern. And the whole thing's blown. The whole thing's blown to smithereens. It's all me. Yeah, it's all in me. Exactly. The whole thing's totally blown. Hey, thank you. Thanks for playing that pattern with me. Wow, I really needed to see that one. You know, that's more truthful than, shit, you're a terrible person. I want you to know that you're terrible. I want you to know that you're wrong. That's way more truthful. That's just being dishonest. Just trying to project pain. which I don't know about that word project. I'm not sure what it really means, but well, it's like it doesn't go anywhere. That's what that's the thing. It just really doesn't go anywhere. It's all every sound that we hear, every scent, every feeling that we feel. It's all a projection from our own mind. It's all a projection. See? And whatever we seem to project onto the world, we're really projecting onto ourselves because we are the world. Like that song. We are the world. No, not like that song, but I like that song. So, anyways, we are the world in that way that if we condemn the world, we set ourselves up for condemnation. Period. We set ourselves up for feeling condemned. Okay. Yes. Yes. If we weren't, yeah. If we didn't need a perception, and why do we need a perception? Because we believe in a separate cause. We believe in a cause that we created. That's why we need it. That's why we need a perception. So without our needing a perception, there is no such thing as a world. There's no such thing of it as it at all. It totally is. It does not exist. And what good is it to know that the world does not exist? That you could accept perfect peace right now, notwithstanding any perception. Notwithstanding any perception that says I need healing or anything like that. Okay. But with a childlike innocence and openness to, I must be mistaken here, because I feel uncomfort. I have to be mistaken if I feel uncomfort. Nothing could make me feel uncomfort, nor fearful, nor abandoned, but thought. So it's just like an innocent curiosity. I must be mistaken. And in an energy of, show me. Show me. Because when I see, the cover is blown. The cover is blown. And you know what happens? It's almost like we switched dimensions. If dimensions were real, they're made up. They're made up. They're dense energy, lighter energy, dimensions. Denser, lighter. Timelines of more density, timelines lighter. Like that. All made up. But that's what perception is. It's all made up. So it seems as if when these things are healed, it's almost like a switching of dimension. All of a sudden there's more peace. There's more ability to embrace what is. There's more ability to embrace any upset, even coming from another person. More ability to embrace that. It's almost like a muscle has been trained. And it's just all these little tiny things all add up. Oh, they're just so they're so healing. They add up so much. You know, it could be oh, I stubbed my toe. Damn it. And then it's okay. If that's just okay to feel like that, that's it. It can apply to everything. Stubbing toe, birthing, you know, stubbing toe, childbirth, all the same kind of thing. It's like, you know, it's just energy. It's just energy. A sensation. Being taken as wrong, that makes it painful. Notice how the pain releases when it's allowed to be okay. There cannot be any pain without taking illusions as true. Cannot be any pain, or death. That's the thing. So it's like these illusions have been taken as true and practiced this way since the beginning of time, let's say, which is also an illusion. It's been playing out. Grooves in these patterns getting deeper as I've been, grooves in the mind, let's say. Patterns getting more intense energy. Doesn't matter how intense the energy is, though. Because it's an illusion, it could be gone in an instant. Doesn't matter how much it's been built up. That's the thing. Time doesn't matter. Time is an illusion. The undoing is from the timeless realm. Time kind of runs on planes like this. And, I mean it. Time kind of runs on planes like that. The timeless is like this. It can come all the way from a dense energy plane like this and totally lift up like that. And all it takes is a willingness to see how I might be mistaken. That's it. How I might be mistaken, and that's why there's this uncomfort or extreme fear or pain or anything like that. Dislike. Anything. It's all in the perception only. No exceptions. One exception is suffering. Just one. Just takes one to say this isn't good. This isn't good. Oh no, oh no. Oh. Oh. I just like to do that because it's fun. I feel like a cartoon character. Nothing can be wrong. It could seem like something is wrong. It could seem like something is wrong, But nothing can possibly be wrong. Like, say I need some paperwork to go somewhere, and all of a sudden I can't find the paperwork. Seems like something is wrong. I have a meeting. I need this paperwork. Where is it? It seems like something is wrong. If there's buying into that energy that something is wrong, it's almost like a blinder preventing me from seeing the paperwork. So like a blinder comes up. Where there's a willingness to just embrace that sensation that something is wrong. Oh, it seems like something is wrong. Letting it be okay and still looking for the paperwork if that's what's happening. You don't really have a choice in that anyway. Phoebe said there is no oh shit. And you know what, Phoebe? Even if an oh shit pops out, it's okay. That's the thing. Oh shit. But there's no taking that oh shit as meaningful. It's not really meaningful. It's a play. It's almost like you're acting. I even noticed that when I was a little girl, like I'd hurt myself and cry, and noticed that where it came from a spontaneous, where it started to where it goes to acting. The oh shit is just spontaneous. Oh shit, and then after that it becomes acting. You see? Then it becomes, that shouldn't have happened. Why did that happen? Who did it? Who took my paperwork? Who hid my paperwork? Where is it? Then it becomes that's acting. Yay! I love it. I love it when people write to me. Feel free to write to me. If you're just new on here, there's a side panel. You can write to me. You can also raise your hand and have convo with me. I love to talk to you too. It's called Wisdom Dialogues because that's what it's called. I don't know why. But if you guys want to dialogue with me, I'm here. I'm here for it. Yeah. But if no one wants to raise their hand, I don't mind monologuing either. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Yay. Aw. So, oh shit. Enjoy that. Enjoy. And then if you find yourself acting after that, enjoy that too. Just be aware of it, because in being aware of it, it's going to play itself out. You don't have to do anything. As you know, you can't do anything. But but there's the choice to be aware of it or hide it. Pretend like it's coming from out there. That's really what it is. And you know, and pretending that it's coming from out there, the perception of your own body is also out there. So here's something that came up recently. A friend of mine said that she felt betrayed by her body. That's another one. It's like that's also saying something that comes from out there can affect me. You know, the body can't do anything. It's totally neutral. It doesn't have a mind. It doesn't have intelligence. It's a projection of mind. But when we put that belief on the body as if it's supposed to be doing something, like it's supposed to be, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be in a certain shape, or maybe it's supposed to be not having cancer, let's say. I've done so much for this body isn't going to give me cancer. Cancer comes from the mind. Cancer is a manifestation of belief. It's just another warm up for death. There's not really a difference between cancer and believing that someone out there can harm me. That's also a cancer. It's a mental cancer. It's that cancer that says I could be victimized. Okay? It's the same thing. There's not really a difference here. There's not really a difference between the physical form of cancer and the cancer of I can be harmed. Okay? I could be killed against my will even. Okay? That's also cancer. Same. So in taking the body is real like that and going, body, you betrayed me. How could you betray me? That's attacking more. You see, the body is also in the perception. The body is also perceived out there. The body is not perceived as a manifestation of the mind. The perception is that the body is out there. That's the perception. The body isn't perceived as being in the mind, even though that's where it is. That's where it is. So as there's feeding into that perception that, oh, body has betrayed me, it's like that's causing more of what you're trying to get rid of in the first place. or say you're working out, you're working out all the time. You're always working out, and then you're getting pissed at your body because there's still cellulite. I've done all this. I've done all these squats. I drank straight, whatever, and still I see this cellulite here. And man, why is this so? And here the thing is, the cellulite or lack of it doesn't really come from how much you work out. The working out is an illusion, and the body is an illusion. And one illusion can't affect another illusion. It appears that way only because of belief. It appears that way only because of belief. And you know what I love about that is, I find myself working out. I guess you call it working out. I just like feel motivated to move in a certain way, So motivated to move in a certain way. Maybe it's to go get a private yoga with a friend. Oh, that sounds good. Or maybe it's to do some little stretches or go for a walk or whatever like that. Any thoughts arise about how good this is for my body? It's just watching them. That's also an attack. Oh, this is so good for my body. It's neutral. It's totally neutral. It's what you're making it for your body. So it's like that, and that's why some people like work really really hard, and they're getting mad and stuff. And your body is only going to be a manifestation of thought. It's not going to be anything else. You might be led to work out more, and then find yourself working out more, and then find yourself in a more fit body and going, wow, or even in a more fit body is not true. It's like even that isn't true. It's not in the body. You're experiencing a body that's more fit. You experience working out and experience a body that's more fit. But it's only the thought that made it all like that in the first place. It's only all thought that made it all come together like that. So it's like whatever your mind can accept without fear, that's what it takes to get you in shape. Whatever your mind can accept without fear. And that's if you're wanting to be in a certain shape. Yeah. In the first place. And it's like from my perspective, it's like no need to be in a certain shape in the first place. No need to be in any certain shape. Every shape is a projection of my own mind. All the shapes are beautiful. How can they be anything else? Needing to be in a certain shape is fear. Yes. Yes, needing to be in a certain, because whatever we find ourselves in whatever perception it is, whatever shape we seem to be in, that right there is the opportunity to demonstrate to our own mind that only love is real. So even the idea of okay, I'm going to do this regimen, and I'm going to make sure I eat really clean, and I'm going to do okay. That's attack. You see the energy of that. It's the energy of that. It's a lot different. It's a lot different than, your friend just goes, yeah, I do this private yoga, and I really help you get into. And it's like, oh man, that sounds awesome. Let's check it out. Oh wow, walk sounds good, And in fact, noticing that you don't actually have a choice in any of that. Even all that planning, like, oh, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have this, and I'm going to do it, and it's going to be like this, it's going to be like this. Even all that, there's not a choice in that. That's just a manifestation of busyness. So if you're there to be with it and witness it, it plays itself out. It totally plays itself out. It works itself out. It's not relevant anymore. This is the kind of thing I'm sharing, and it used to be really relevant to me, really relevant to me to something and go, oh my God, this workout that I've been doing, or this regimen that I've been doing, it just isn't working. Okay. Okay, I got a new regimen. And it is really, I'm demonstrating that because that's how it feels. It's really like, I can't be at peace until I get the right regimen. It's like, it could be about anything. I can't be at peace until I know whether or not I'm staying with my partner or leaving my partner. It's all just like that. I need to plan. It's all working out. It's all working out. There's not a choice to be made. There's not anything to plan out. Planning might arise. It can arise in a totally different space. To arise in a completely different energy. Like, oh, in that kind of planning, there's just an awareness of planning. Oh, how interesting. That's the way the energy's moving. That's how it's going. It's not like, okay, I got to get this right. I got to plan my life. We do not need to take responsibility for our own life. We can pretend to take responsibility and make a bunch of illusions. But we do not have to take responsibility. And therefore, we don't have to plan like that, in that kind of energy. In that kind of, I need to get it. I need to get it right. Because everything is already taken care of. The desires are already known. So-called needs are so often, in my experience, met before I know that they're in need. Like something will happen, or a person will come, and it will be like, shit, I didn't even know I needed that, but yeah. Thanks. It's like there's no motivation to pursue apparent needs, even the apparent appearance of the need to be healthy or healthier or in better shape or better looking or, I don't know, smarter, kinder, gentler, even those virtuous things. Anything that says I'm not enough or too much is an attack. Anything that says the same thing about you, if I say anything about you like that, you're not enough or you're too much, is attack. It's attack. It's attack on. It's attack on me. It's a temptation to you to accept the attack, accept this gift. Isn't that fun? It's like I'm trying in that moment that I'm saying that it's about you, I'm trying to tell you that you're responsible for the way I feel. I'm trying to teach you that you're responsible for the way I feel and that you must be wrong. And in teaching that to you, it's a relief to my ego in teaching that to you. But if I try to teach that to you and you don't accept that gift, a space opens up. A space opens up. And then we don't have to play in a pattern. We can play in the joy that we are. Instead, we can start laughing. If I try to tell you that I'm disappointed in you, and you notice, just notice, you don't have to say anything to me, what that means, or what it doesn't mean, but that it's meaningless. And don't take it on or try to defend it, but you just feel with me what it feels like to think like that. Just feel it with me. Hug me. See? And then I can melt. See? I love it when that happens. We don't have to have walls between us. We don't have to act like we're enemies. We don't have to throw subtle daggers at each other. There's just only love and play and joy and fun. And if we're seeing something else, we're not seeing clearly. And all that can change about the whole world is perception. Because the world is perception. So if it seems like we need to change the world, we are having a misperception. It can't happen like that. We made the perceived world. We made it up. We made up the perceived world. It's up to us to undo it every time it arises. Every time it shows itself as a sense of uncomfort, confusion, fear, regret, hope even. I know it's funny because my name is Hope and I say stuff like that, but even hope has a doubt in it. See? These are feelings, they're feelings. That's not true. All is well already. All is well already. You are so appreciated for all that you experience, everything that you take to be real that's not real, and all the experiences that you go through, you're so appreciated. And if you recognize that appreciation, all of those experiences can be met with gratitude. Every perception can be met with gratitude, and it melts. Everything melts. Yeah, it feels good. That's right. That's right. So we aren't capable of stopping the killing that's going on in the mind. And let me reiterate what I mean by killing. That's anything that condemns anyone. Anything that condemns them. Anything that makes them out to be less than. That includes yourself. That includes yourself. Anything. Because there's only one of us. Like condemning the world condemns yourself in the world. Isn't that interesting? It makes you into a tiny little individual in the world with more and more limitations being piled on. It makes that perception seem so true. And the world just seems harder and harder to tame. And people seem harder and harder to control. But there's no world like that, so any condemnation is for ourselves, and out of ourselves, the world is made. Out of what we take to be true about ourselves, the world is made. Patterns of information. Patterns of information. Oh, she wears too much makeup. You know, pattern of information. What does that feel like? That's a pattern of information. Yeah. Oh, that guy who killed all those people, I hope they killed him. Pattern of information. What does that feel like? See? That's condemning the world. And every time it's self-condemnation. It's a setup for suffering. It means that suffering is coming. Yep. So, I love you. Thank you. I'm signing off. I'm going to shut Wisdom Dialogues down for the day, so to speak. If you have any questions or anything, I'll keep going if anyone wants to raise their hand or write in a question. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining. This is sponsored by Miracle Botanicals, miraclebotanicals.com. If you love essential oils, check it out. If you'd like to join Wisdom Dialogues, go to my Facebook page for now. That's Facebook.com/Wisdom Dialogues. Okay? It's down below. If you're watching the video later, it's down below. Okay? WisdomDialogues.org, all the videos are there. Soon that'll point to a page. Right now all the videos are there. You can check them out. Okay? I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining. It's always so much fun. Aloha and a hui ho.